It's when your normal life stresses start to feel absolutely crushing, like you can't handle what you used to be able to deal with on a daily basis. If you are still living with severe chronic illness or severe chronic fatigue as a symptom for any reason, your ability to process and deal with stress has shrunk a lot. And I'm going to talk about why and what to do about it. So check it out. The metaphor I'm going to use today is that of a tub over here. There are three parts to your stress we're going to talk about today. The first is the faucet. This is where stress comes in. In this case, the water in the tub is your stress, okay? So we can have a faucet that's like wide open, water and stress are just pouring into the system, or we can have it off, or it's just on a little bit. There is a varying amount of water that can be flowing through the faucet at any time. And you have control over some of those levers, and some of them you just don't. Some of us just go through stressful things in life that are not our fault, that we just have to cope with. All right, the second part of stress is the tub itself. Now, the size of this tub can change. And when you are living with severe illness, this tub can get very, very tiny due to biological reasons. Whenever your body is trying to manage and heal from severe illness, it leaves a lot less space in this tub for stress. And this is frustrating and it feels unfair and it can feel really annoying. But the facts are, you're going to have a much tinier tub the more ill you are and the longer you have been ill. This is a big reason why normal life stressors, or what I should say, what used to be normal life stressors, now feel overwhelming. Whenever this tub is tiny, that's when the water can overflow and we can get ourselves into a crash, into feelings of burnout. That's whenever our system is overwhelmed, when this tub overflows. These conditions have changed because living with severe illness is stressful. You're going to have more water coming in through this faucet while you have severe illness that is interfering with your ability to advance your career, to live your life the way that you have been used to and the way that you have envisioned for your future. All those things change. All right, the third part here of stress is, well, the drain. I don't have the drain in this picture, but the pipes represent the drain. This is where stress is being processed through your body, exiting your system. Now, clearly, a large clear drain is going to mean that you're able to drain out a lot of water very quickly, even if that faucet is on full force. However, if you're ill, if you have a history of a lot of trauma, if you have more room to go with your own emotional development and maturation, then this drain can feel kind of small and clogged at times. A tiny clogged drain is going to lead to more overflows, i.e. crashes. So what can you do about it? So each of these becomes a lever where we can act on stress, okay? So, things like meditation, things like being in the moment, being more grounded, yoga, those things are typically about short-term increasing the size of this drain, helping us process a little bit more stress in that moment. But increasing the size of this drain long-term, that is a slow, I'm going to say, very intentional project to take on. But if you are currently severely ill with any kind of illness, it can be hard, justifiably so, to dedicate the time and resources to working on this drain at any sort of fast pace. So just know that this is worth working on. It is long-term, it is slow, but it will happen. Okay, another lever we have is working on the size of our tub. So this really comes down to primarily figuring out what you need to heal. This is healing your biology, enabling you to handle more stress. Again, this is for most of you who are severely ill and are still looking for diagnoses. This is another long-term project. Okay, short term, what we have the most control over is the faucet here. We have the most control over the stress that's coming into our system. Not an easy thing to do. Don't confuse having the most control over this being an easy, fast thing to have control over. But this is where short term you're going to get the most bang for your time and energy investment buck. This is where the hard decisions come in. This is where changing your expectations for yourself is going to have a huge impact on you. You're probably thinking, not me. everything in my life is my responsibility. There's nothing that I can cut out without major repercussions. And you're right, of course, there are going to be major repercussions. That's why I called these hard decisions, and I don't use those words lightly. Here's where a hard truth comes in. If you are severely ill to the point that you're not sure if you're going to be able to continue on in your career, if you're not sure you can continue running your business, if you're not sure that you can continue being the mother and partner you want and need to be to your family, then this is where the repercussions come in. If you decide to not change anything about the expectations on yourself day to day, where will you be in 1 year? Because at this point, you've probably seen a bunch of doctors who have no answers for you, and you are looking for solutions. Without a major change in who you're seeking help from for your health, and without a major change in the expectations on your responsibility load and your stress load, you're going to be either in the same situation you are today, likely, or you could get worse. So it's going to be hard. Things are going to look very different. It's going to be very unpleasant. There are going to be a lot of hard conversations with the people who you are responsible to. But changing those responsibilities for yourself right now is what needs to happen in a true crisis situation. And if you are on my channel looking for health help, you are very likely either in that crisis or very close to it. And these hard decisions are what should be on your to-do list right now. These are the things that you should be facing down and dealing with because you are in an emergency situation, and your health should be a non-negotiable. It is the foundation for everything else that you want to do in life. It is how you do everything else well.